Abuja is a city that decides who matters before you open your mouth. It listens to engines before it listens to voices. It respects appearance long before it respects substance. In this city, your body speaks for you. If you're tall and fit, people assume discipline. If you're slim and flashy, people assume success. But if you're fat, Abuja makes conclusions quickly. I know because I was that man. Heavy set, big belly, slow steps. The kind of man people look past, not at. The kind of man whose presence doesn't interrupt conversations. The kind of man security doesn't rush to open gates for. People assume fat means lazy. Fat means careless. Fat means unsuccessful. No questions asked. And Amara believed all of that. She lived her life surrounded by attention, beautiful, confident, always dressed like she belonged in expensive places. Her Instagram was a highlight reel of soft life. Lounges, trips, captions about standards and self-worth. She believed money had a look. And that look didn't include men like me. When our paths crossed, she barely noticed. To her, I was background noise. But Abuja noticed. Because sometimes the city stays quiet. It watches people reveal their thinking. It allows pride to speak freely. And when people are comfortable enough to judge others with their eyes alone, that's when Abuja begins its lesson. Amara didn't date for connection. She dated for confirmation. Every man in her life was proof that she was doing well. Tall men, fit men, men who looked successful even before they spoke. She believed a man's body told his whole story. Abs meant discipline. Muscles meant control. A big belly meant excuses. So when we matched online, she hesitated. My profile didn't show luxury. No car photos, no gym pictures, just calm words and a quiet confidence. She asked for a photo. The moment she saw me, her interest dropped. Still, curiosity kept her talking. Then she asked the question she always asked first. So what do you drive? I replied honestly. A bike. She laughed. Not loud, not dramatic. Just enough to communicate dismissal. That answer confirmed everything she already believed about me. Fat man, bike, no ambition. Still, she agreed to meet me. Not because she saw potential, but because she was bored. To her, I was entertainment, a harmless story she could later tell her friends. She didn't realize that agreeing to that date had already placed her inside Abuja's quiet examination. She arrived late on purpose. In her mind, important people never rush. When she saw me waiting, her eyes scanned quickly, short, belly, shoes. She smiled politely. This is you? She asked. I nodded. She sat down and ordered without hesitation. The most expensive items, drinks she barely touched. She spoke about fitness, about discipline, about how she admired men who take care of themselves. I listened quietly. Halfway through the meal, her phone buzzed. She smiled at the screen and tilted it slightly. Someone just sent me money, she said casually. He wants to see me later. She watched my face, waiting for embarrassment, waiting for insecurity. But I didn't react. When the bill came, she leaned back confidently. I paid without discussion. Outside, she looked around the parking lot. Cars everywhere, engines humming. Then she asked, So, where's your car? I pointed to the bike. She laughed openly this time. You're confident, she said. But Abuja won't take you seriously like this. I smiled. Because respect doesn't always announce itself with headlights. She expected me to pursue her. In her experience, men like me were always grateful for attention. Always trying harder. Always apologizing for existing. But I didn't. That confused her. She began texting more, asking questions, making comments disguised as advice. You'd look better if you lost weight. You know confidence is good, but reality matters. I replied calmly. One night she said, I need a man with presence. I responded, presence isn't about size, it's about weight. That irritated her. That weekend, I invited her out again. Not to eat, not to impress. An event. She almost declined until she heard the location. Her tone changed immediately. She dressed better than usual, perfume heavier, confidence louder. She believed this outing would finally confirm her judgment. She didn't know it was about to dismantle it. The venue was filled with authority, security everywhere, black SUVs lined up. As we approached, security stepped aside for me. People greeted me with respect. Not curiosity, not pity, respect. Seats were arranged, names were whispered. Amara slowed her steps. Her confidence cracked. She watched men she admired nod at me, watched doors open without explanation. She leaned closer and whispered, "Who are you?" I replied calmly, "Someone you never looked at properly." My bike was parked quietly behind luxury cars, and for the first time, she truly saw me. After that night, Amara changed, not loudly, not suddenly, but in the small ways that reveal regrets. Her messages became softer, her tone more careful. She asked questions she should have asked from the beginning. Not about cars, not about looks, but about me. She said she was sorry. She said she misjudged me. I listened. Then I told her the truth. I said, "You didn't misjudge me. You judged me correctly based on how you see the world, because the problem was never her liking comfort. It was never her wanting stability. It was the way she decided who deserved respect before they even spoke." We walked different paths after that. Not out of anger, not out of pride, but out of clarity. Abuka continued as it always does. Busy, loud, shining. But the lesson remained. In this city, people will tell you who they are long before they realize it. They reveal it in what they value, in what they dismiss, in who they overlook. Money can open gates, status can create noise, but character decides who is remembered when the noise fades. I remained the same fat man Abuja once ignored. Same body, same bike. But nothing was missing, because confidence built on self-knowledge doesn't need approval. And respect earned quietly lasts longer than attention demanded loudly. So if there's one thing Abuja teaches is this: never mistake appearance for substance. Never confuse visibility with value. And never assume you understand someone's worth just because they don't fit your picture of success. The city is always watching, and sooner or later, it speaks.